Hey, what's going on, guys? Here is another video that I hope will help you, and it's regarding something that's coming up on April 14th, 15th, which is your taxes. I personally do my own taxes now, and I just wanted to kind of give, a general flyover of what's going to happen when you're dealing with taxes. I know for a lot of you, either if you sell on eBay like I do, and or you do YouTube. I do YouTube. I do get a 1099 from Google, and I also get a 1099 from PayPal. So this is a kind of a slight overview of what to expect and what is happening if you're in the PayPal realm. If you were to receive a transactions over $20,000, you will receive a 1099. And or if you received over 200 individual transactions, you will receive a 1099. And basically what the government IRS receives is that form that says that you receive that money. What they don't know and what they want you to do is tell them how you made that money and what it took to make that amount of money. So, for example, if you started a clothing company and you started to print out T-shirts, and like you're a YouTube personality, and you had some saying or quote, and you had to, you sold these items, and they said that you made $10,000 at the end of the year just on these shirts. What you're going to tell the IRS is that, well, in order for me to make that $10,000, I had to buy this many shirts. I had to pay the person to print the shirts, and after deductions, what I really made was I made $3,000. So I had to have spent $7,000 in order to make that $3,000 of profit. So whatever is your profit, you are going to get taxed on that. Now, if you fail to tell them this information, you will get taxed on the whole thing. And that's the benefit of receiving a 1099, is that you get to write off whatever it takes. Now, whatever is a vague gray area term. Now, for example, if I'm a YouTube celebrity and for some reason, I play video games, okay? I could write off video games because how I make that money pertains to video games. So awesome, right? You get to actually write off video games, anything dealing with your videos. So if you have a camera, if you have, I don't know, if you put costumes on or something like that for your videos, those have the ability to be written off because it pertains to your field. Now, for those of you who sell certain items, I know a lot of you watch my YouTube videos dealing with like PayPal and eBay. You have to have certain receipts dealing with what items that you sell. So, for example, a lot of you who go on Craigslist and buy certain things off Craigslist and you sell it online, if you don't have a record of it, if you don't have any record of what you paid for it, at the end of the year, when you got to do your taxes, and you got to, cost of items sold, unfortunately, it's going to bite you in the butt, and then you have to pay full taxes on the whole profit. You know what I mean? So, say you bought it for $500, you sold it for $800, you should be taxed on $300, but if you don't have that information, you're going to be taxed on the whole $800. See how that works? So, with being able to write things off, like you could write anything off, whatever it took to make that amount of money, whatever your field is in. So, if you have an office, I have a warehouse, I write my warehouse off. If, for example, I need to deliver my stuff, and I have a work truck that I work out of, and its only purpose is for me to deliver my items. So I could write that off. I could write the gas off. I could write off, if I have certain business meetings with people, and unfortunately I have to travel or eat with them, and I decide, hey, I'm going to pay for the bill because it's a business meeting and it's pertaining to my business. I could write that off. Um, and there's this gray area where, if you start to write off things that don't pertain to your business, and when if the IRS finds out, you're gonna have a very bad day or year or a decade. I don't know, whatever it is, because they're gonna look at everything, and you want to be as organized as possible. You want to, kind of have these checks and balances to show, well, this is why, or this is why I have those, that's why I have bought these, this Louis Vuitton belt or wallet. This is why I bought it, for this particular reason. And unfortunately, if it's, it's arguable, why. You know what I mean? So I like the fact and that ability to be in that control. You know what I mean? And have the ability to write certain things off. So there's a lot of things that I do write off. A camera. I do YouTube, so I write off my cameras, or certain issues that just really pertain to what I do. Now, I will always recommend that you go and find a tax professional. I am not a tax professional, first and foremost, but there are certain thresholds that you can only write off up to, and then after that it doesn't count at all. There's like charitable write-offs. Now there's like certain rules and litigation that say that you can write off at least $500 of charitable giving. If it goes over that, then they need some receipts. They need records of it if they come looking. So make sure that you have records, and if you don't want to falsify anything, because it'd be really, really bad for you. So there are certain thresholds and qualifications that you want to be aware of, because there are certain percentages that deal with your write-offs that only qualify. Like, oh, we only take 30% total is what you can write off. Now, the reason why I don't go through a tax professional currently is that my tax professional wasn't as professional as I thought, and unfortunately, I ended up getting audited. They didn't, and it infuriated. It made me infuriated because I can be wrong, but I pay other people not to be wrong. When you pay someone not to be wrong and they get it wrong, it drives you insane. And I have certain software now, and certain tax software that I use, and I do it myself, so that I want to make sure that if I do it wrong, it's because of my fault. But I don't want to pay someone else to do it wrong. Does that make sense? So I want you to really be aware of your spending and keep track of every single cent. Whether it be having basically keeping in track of everything you do, what you sell, what it took, like shipping, fees. Keep that record, because there's a lot of people that, a lot of celebrities that went to jail because unfortunately they didn't pay their taxes, or they failed to, or they hired someone else to do it and it didn't happen and didn't do it in time. So it's a real serious issue. So hopefully, guys, this helped you. It's a really general flyover of it, but hopefully you kind of have a general idea of what's going to happen, and you have certain deadlines that you got to meet April 15th. So what I'd say is get it done now and then file it later. File it at, the cutoff is April 15th. So that, don't procrastinate and then, hurry, because they're gonna tack on a whole bunch of fees when because you didn't file it in time and you didn't pay in time. So anyway, guys, hopefully that's a general overview. Hopefully it helps. Hopefully you're prepared, and hopefully you take it serious now and instead of 2 months from now when it's gonna really bite you in the butt. So anyway, guys, please like, please subscribe. Until next video, peace.